How is everybody? You all look really bright. Okay, let's get it started then. So, in December, my fiance and I became essentially homeless. She had just gotten a new job, and it didn't start until July. And so we gave up our place on Fort Street in Rosa Parks, stopped paying rent, packed our stuff, threw all our crap in our parents' basement, and we hit the road. Now, we didn't really have a plan when we started out. In fact, we had no idea what we were going to do. We had no money, no plan, no places to stay, it seemed like. But we knew that if we kept an open mind and just went with it, good things would come to us. And so we started east. We headed to New York, stayed with a sister, then we went to Boston, and then things kept going. I mean, we never really knew more than 3 days in advance what was going to happen. But for 3 months, we kept this up. And we head down the East Coast, have some great experiences, and we make it to Florida. And Florida is like this great respite when you're on a trip like this. You know, you're thinking it's going to be 75 degrees and sunny. But we get there, and it's 30 degrees, and it's raining, and the wind is blowing 50 miles an hour constantly. So we camped for 3 days in the cold, the coldest we'd seen so far, and we give up on it. We're just so miserable. And so we get on couch surfing, and we find this guy that has a boat in the St. Petersburg Marina. And we couldn't ask for better. I mean, this place is literally downtown in St. Petersburg. You step off the boat, and you're right there. And there was a catch, though. It turns out this guy lives with a roommate on this 27-foot boat, a very drunk, very smelly roommate. And sometime about 3 a.m., when I ran out of air inside the quarter berth and turned around to maybe breathe a bit, I realized I was spending the rest of the night between this man's feet. This is kind of when I wanted to go home, but we didn't. We kept going west, as all American trips must do, and we go out to Texas. And when you get to Texas, it is like hitting a massive wall. You see this sign, and it says, El Paso, 893 miles. And you're like, oh, okay, fuck. And so you keep driving, and you just do it because you don't have any choice. You are 1,000 miles from home. What are you going to do? But you get through it, and you get to New Mexico, and things start to get a little hilly. There are some trees, and you actually see a few liberals. And so you feel a bit refreshed, you know? And the Southwest is just enchanting. We ended up staying in Arizona for 3 weeks. We got to this place that educated people about border issues, and they offered us a job, and we kind of thought, we could plant here for a little bit, you know? This is a really great place. But we didn't. We kept going, and we wanted to go home after that. I mean, it had been like 2.5 months. We didn't really have any money still, and it was like, do you want to go another 800 miles to California? But we do. And we get to California, and we step out of our car in Sonoma. And I literally mean, the second we step out of our car, a couple approaches us and asks us if we want to stay with them that night. And it turns out they have a mansion on top of a hill overlooking the whole valley of Sonoma. And so this time it worked out for us. We finally caught a break. But we had to leave there too. I mean, all things must pass. And we started home. We go back up through Oregon to Boise to Salt Lake City. And we work home just in time for me to do this speech. This is actually the day I got back to Detroit. And so the point is, though, we kept an open mind, and we had all these great opportunities happen for us. We didn't worry about activities that we were going to have to do. We didn't worry about places to stay, because something always presented itself. And that is not location-based. You can do that anywhere. You can be right here in Detroit and have great new opportunities happen to you if you're willing to have new opportunities happen. I mean, it's about having an open mind. And so, even here, if you want to try something new and you want to have a new opportunity, maybe you can plant a garden or volunteer for the Ronald McDonald House or coach a local kids' soccer team. But you don't have to go anywhere. You can do it right here in this city, because I know not everyone can get 3 months off work to go travel around. And most importantly, what I learned was that the best way to fall in love with the city of Detroit is to just leave for a little bit. I've never missed this place more than when I was gone for 3 months. And now I know this is what I call home. Thank you.